Chantelle countdown ended. Did you notice that? No?
I have noticed that for some reason.
We're not live on YouTube.
No, we are not. Apparently.
Let me check my
I'm just double checking my end. If anyone's in the chat and they can see us, let us know.
Yeah, can you see us in the chat? You can't hear you, your microphone's too far away.
Not according to YouTube. I'm just going back just in case. Oh, there we go. We are working. It is working. All right, I'm going to go.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, that was a great start. I don't know, can anybody hear us, see me, whatever? Hello, echoing. You are live. Yay! Thank you, Kelly. We see you. Thank you, Leanne. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, is it still echoing, Leanne? Okay, we're good. I'm getting the thumbs up from down in the studio. So how are we all? That was a very rocky start to a live. And this is what could go wrong when you do live streaming. Okay, see and hear no echoing, I think. Well, that's good. Okay, let's start again. How are you? Welcome to another live chat here at Crochet with Claire. If you're new to the chat and my videos, my name is Claire and I like to crochet. What is on your hook today? I have done, I'm pretty sure, no crochet since our last chat. I think I did like half of one of these, like literally nothing really. I've been doing my craft room. I've been moving all the stuff out of this room. If you could see this whole room, you'd be like, I have a room like that too. There is stuff everywhere, all over the floor. I'm moving all the stuff out of here into our double garage to convert to my craft room. It's going really well. I'm just waiting on some cupboards because at the moment the garage is full of stuff, so I need the cupboards to put the stuff in the cupboards and then, yeah, and then get this stuff out. It's all, what do you call it, like shuffling all the stuff. Have you lost your Crojo? No, definitely not lost my Crojo. Just haven't had time to do it. I've got the puppy now, so he gets walked. I'd like to say more, but he gets walked 3 times a day. So, and it's only just for, I think it's about half an hour, 45 minutes. I take him for a walk because he's not inside at the moment because he likes to wee on everything. He is trained to go outside. I don't know. Is he just marking his territory? Who knows? He's a boy. That's all I'm saying is he's a boy. He just wees on everything. So I've got that, and I've got the craft room that's being done. I'm trying to make knitted headbands that I make for my markets. I was supposed to start those in January. It's now what? Is it March? Yeah, it's now almost the end of March. So I'm behind on that. And there was one more thing that, so I had a market on the weekend just gone, and my friend and I sell natural face, body bath and household cleaners. So mostly essential oils and all the natural body butters and all that. So we had a market for that. So we had to make stock. Okay, that is wearing me out just listening to what I'm saying. Okay, so loud and clear. Thank you so much. Ooh. Tammy has a granny stitch corner to corner rectangle on the hook. They're really good, those blankets. They work up really quick. Love what's behind you. Massive colours. Hello from Cork City, Ireland. Hello, Marie. How are you? Welcome to the chat. I have been to Cork, Ireland. Is that where the airport is? I'm pretty sure that is. I went there about 4 years ago. Didn't see too much because we were travelling, but definitely been to the airport. Chantelle is working on the border of the fireside blanket. Yay! It's almost finished. You crochet really quick, Chantelle. Oh, and thank you, Leanne. There is a link there. Don't forget to right-click that for the poncho that's in the background. This was our Christmas Eve crochet party. It's a... How many has got? 1, 2... It's got 4 granny squares. That's all you need for that. Let me get rid of that comment. That's all you need for this poncho is 4 granny squares, and it can be made to fit any size. The bigger the granny square, the bigger the size poncho. Pretty much explains that. And I added, you cannot see, but I added a, sorry about the table. Oh. I added a pom-pom edging. Can you see that? You probably can't. But there's a pom-pom edging at the bottom, and then you just crochet around and around on the neck. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's very easy to do. Ooh, I'm crocheting my first for me cardi. Hope it fits. Yes, Leanne, hope it fits as well. Yes, you're right. Out on the road, the airport from me. Right. Excellent. Busy airport that as well. Is that one of the main airports in Ireland? Because it was very, very busy. Very big as well. You want a quick try on? I can do that for you. Woo. So this poncho is very oversized. Do you like my shirt? I've had it for ages. I don't ask where I got it. I don't remember. That's inside out. I have not sewn in any ends. Yep, that's me. That's how I roll. I'll sew them in at one craft group. So it's really oversized. It was actually too big. If you've seen the tutorial for it, it was actually too big. Which way? There we go. That way, let's get rid of that comment. Boink. So it's huge, it's oversized, but see, ends, and there's my pom-pom edging. But it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice to wear in the office because you can put your arms in if you're cold, or you can get them out if you're not. I'm taking that off because it's not cold here today. Stay. That's probably going to fall down. So if you can make a granny square, you can make that poncho. You can use any granny square that you like, actually. You don't have to... That's a traditional granny square. You don't need to stick with that. You can do whatever you like. Puppies are awesome. My puppy will be 13 on the 27th. His name is Cherokee. Happy birthday, Cherokee. Charlie's 5 months. He's only a baby. He's only a baby, but he's, what was he? He was 20... I forget. I think he was 24 kilos at the vet. He's either 23 or 24 kilos and he's 5 months. I don't know what that is in pounds, but it's heavy for a dog that's 5 months. He's going to be a big dog. Oh, here we go. Tammy says, yep, he's marking his territory. We had our first boy fixed at 1 year old and he stopped marking. Yeah, our dog is a big breed dog, so he's a Mastiff Dane cross. And he has to be dissexed later. So probably about 1 year old because of the size. And that's what the vet recommended. Chantelle's saying, I also have done the first 2 stitches on the Mosaic Blanket Maths Rocks project. Oh, sorry, first 2 inches, not stitches. I cannot read. Ooh. Was that done on your last live video? Yep, I'm getting a nod. Which I missed. I can't remember why I missed it. I was on a bus trip going to the museum in Canberra and I had lots of fun. It was a really lovely museum. If you haven't been there. Yes, don't forget to smush the thumbs up, everyone. Let the algorithm know that you're liking what you're watching. Chuck in as many comments as you can. I would appreciate that. Show me your favourite emoji. What is your favourite emoji at the moment? I use the laughing face a lot on my emojis. Apparently I'm funny. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Megan. So as you can see, quite a few people here are members of the channel. And let's see if I can remember what they get, because every time I forget. Priority reply to comments. I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but I always forget that one. You get your name highlighted in the chat, and you can see that, not that side, probably this side where the chat is. I don't know where the chat is on your screen, but you'll see people who have highlighted names. Leanne, Di, welcome Di, good morning. Leanne, I've already said Leanne. Kelly Pole, and I'm sure there's more, but we have all the members in here today chatting away. So they get highlighted comments, so they get their comments prioritized. Also too, if you leave a comment on a regular video, so not a live, just say a crochet tutorial, you'll get answers quick. That's the plan. Sometimes it's, things get in the way. You'll also get a members only chat section. So on my channel, there is a community tab where I post things, and you'll get members only posts. What else? See, I need a list. I need to write these down. I should write them down as I'm doing this chat, but I do not. I just need to get some lip gloss that I made myself. As you can see, it's nearly at the end. So I do sell this lip gloss as well. It's currently not on my website. This is the natural one. It's made of cocoa butter, which is so good. Just melts on your lips. Cocoa butter, a wax that replaces beeswax because I'm making them vegan. I want to say candelilla wax. I don't even know if that's how you say it. That, and I use sweet almond oil as my oil base. Oh, so good. Okay, my comments have gone weird. Yep, there we go. Good evening, girls, from Catherine. Oh, wait. Megan's saying, good morning, love all colours. Thank you. I think I've already read that comment, but that's all good. We'll do it again. Catherine's saying, good evening, girls. Kathy from Clearwater, Florida. It's 7:10 p.m. on Tuesday. It is 14 minutes past 10 in the morning on a Wednesday. So welcome, Catherine. Welcome to the chat. I think it's really cool how everyone is, well, not everyone, but most people are at different times of the day. I just think that's so cool. Yep, Chantelle saying calendula. So I didn't use calendula in this lip gloss. I do have a calendula one. So calendula is a flower that I infuse into the oil. It's good for you. It's got vitamins and all that stuff in it. I don't know the technical details, but it does. Has all the good stuff in it. I normally infuse that into my oil, but this one just has almond oil and the candelia. I'm sure that's wrong. It's spelt candle and then ILLA on the end or something. Something like that. It's not candula. It's not that word. It's not the word on the screen. Melissa? Oh, wait, hang on. Wait. What was that? Oh, hang on. I'll get to that question in a sec. What was that one? Diane. Hello, Diane. How are you? I know you posted in my crochet group, and I went to find it, and I couldn't find it. So I'll have another go. I don't know. My phone just sort of went, no, you cannot find that post. And you made something of mine. Was it a scarf? I don't know. I went to comment on it and it just disappeared. So I don't know what I did wrong. I missed your new tutorials. When might there be a new one? I don't know. That's the answer. That's the truth. I'm currently trying to move all this stuff out of here into our garage and get out this room set up as a spare room again. And then the other room next door, which is also a spare room, but at the moment it's a dumping all the stuff room, get that back into order as well. We have someone to come live with us, so they need somewhere to sleep. So I've got to do that. So I've got to empty 2 rooms and a pantry or a linen cupboard into my garage and get my office set up. It has to be done by the end of the month. Running out of time. Candelilla? I have no idea. It is a thing. It is a wax that is a vegetable-derived wax instead of beeswax, which is not a vegan thing. So now I saw Melissa has a question. What is your question? We would love to know. Hi Trish, good morning, evening to you. Hello Diane, everyone's saying hi Diane, welcome. Here we go, what's this? Melissa, I'm looking at my stash for a yarn for a 1 skein project, and lots of my 4-ply yarns are 400 meters, but many are 350 meters and some are 350. Is that a typo? Project asks for 100 grams or 430 meters. Do I run with the meterage or the grams? And Chantelle, it is your time to shine. She's laughing. Because I have no idea.
Hi, sorry about the echo, everybody. Claire's speakers are up way too loud.
Okay.
She's going to fix that.
There
So when it comes to weight versus meterage, you actually have to get both. You can't choose one or the other. It creates a different yarn. So basically, the yarn for the project that you want to make is finer than the 4-plies that you have. So you'll probably find that if you use one of your, especially the 350, and the hook size it recommends, you'll never get gauge. It will be too dense, too tightly packed. The stitches will all be too big. So I would try to go with the closest you possibly can if you don't want to go stashing. Why are they all different, Melissa says? I don't know. Different yarn companies do different things. There's no yarn standards in the world whatsoever. US says they have a yarn standard, but even within their number weight system, it's so varying, it's not funny. So every yarn manufacturer makes their yarns just that little bit different. So you have to buy their yarn for that project. So yeah, it is. I would go with the yarn that's the closest and test swatch, because 30 meters difference doesn't sound like a lot, but that could be, that could be the last half of a cast off row. So, and just on the Candelia wax, I Googled it. Because I was like, calendula wax. I'm thinking I use calendula cream for stuff, but not calendula wax. But I don't know how to say it either. But there is candelilla wax that you can buy. I Googled it. I checked because I do that. My brain wouldn't settle. But
it's a
when it comes to that, Melissa, it is truly, you actually have to have both. And it also comes down to what is the actual ingredients of the yarn. Like if they're asking for a cotton and you want to use a wool, that's going to change it again. If they're asking for a linen and you want to use a cotton, that's going to change it again. You're going to have to swatch. I know, I said the S word.
Not swatching.
I'm
going to take a photo of that because I could take a screenshot, but I can't be bothered. Because that's
what are you taking a screenshot of?
Girls.
Oh, okay. There we go. I've got a screenshot as well.
Oh, my phone will not focus. Oh, it won't focus. What's going on?
I got one. It's okay, Claire.
That's a really good question for Yarny Girls.
It is a great question.
We did film a session, but there was a problem.
There's a technical glitch. We're trying to work around it. Yeah.
So for those looking forward to Yarny Girls, we have actually filmed something.
We are working on it. We're not pretending it doesn't exist. Kelly Paul says sometimes the difference in the grams to meters is because of the yarn fiber content. Absolutely. Sometimes it's the difference in how it's spun, if it's worsted spun or if it's woolen spun. There's so many variations on how a yarn should work. But if the especially with a 1 skein wonder project, they try to use every millimeter of yarn. It's kind of the point.
Yeah.
So if you're 30 meters short, you may have to at some stage in the project reduce a row.
Yeah, right. Ugh, and that's frustrating when you run out and you're almost finished, and you don't have another one.
No, because it was a one skein project. It was supposed to use something in the stash.
Yes. Oh, I don't think I could handle that. Too much.
Leanne says, well, in crochet, it's a little more forgiving, right? I would say that's a hard no. I don't think it's any more forgiving. If a project needs an X number of meters, it needs X number of meters. So, yeah. Anyway, any more questions for me? Can I run away?
You can run away. Bye. Darla's tuning in from Delaware. Good evening, I think it is for you, Darla. Thank you so much for joining us here on the chat. And we've got Donna from Louisiana, USA. We've got everyone tuning in, all different parts. Let us know where you're watching from. I'd appreciate that. My phone just did something. I have no idea what. Leanne says, a one hank project should be working your yarn to the end. It might be a smidge smaller or bigger because of that reason, wouldn't it? I would just finish. If I think I'm going to run out, I'd just finish on a row. And it probably wouldn't be the right row to finish on, but I would just finish it there. No one's going to know. No one's going to know. There's an ad. No one's going to know. I'm sure there's an ad with that saying. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Ooh, Melissa's saying they're all merino nylon. Pretty. Megan is really excited for Yarny Girls. Yes, we will try and get something out as soon as we can. Like I said, we have filmed, recorded. Wikipedia says no. You swore. Yeah. Chantelle said the S word. Swatching. So who swatches and who doesn't? I could probably count maybe on two hands how many times I've ever swatched. I am not a swatcher. Maybe even one hand. I know I have swatched for something. I do not remember what it was for. But I know I've swatched for something. But generally I make things that I can adjust, if that makes sense. So, because it's generally my own pattern. My hands are so rough. Generally my own pattern, so I can just change it. But yeah, I just hope for the best. I'm that person. I just go by the seat of my pants and just, go for it. So this lip gloss is also good for really dry hands, which is what I've got right now. Chantelle swatches sometimes, all garments, and now I swatch for blankets just to double check I won't run out of yarn, because that is my MO. I always run out. So do I. Oh dear. I don't know how many times I've run out of yarn. It's just like, no. I ran out of yarn it was the Jessica crochet, so the crochet shawl that I've got, the Jessica shawl. I made it in a green, I forget what brand of yarn it was. It was a green yarn that I bought in a shop, and let's just say I bought 2 balls, and I was literally on the border, and I had probably that much to go. It was like a, I don't know if you've ever made the Jessica shawl, you'll know what I mean. It's got like points, so it's kind of like a shell sort of shape. The cut for picots, and yeah, totally run out and had to use this yarn that was close, but you could totally see that it was not the same yarn. And then when I took photos, I just made it so the shawl kind of was, that bit that was different was not in the photo. It was like around the back, or if it was on the bottom layer, however I styled it. Yeah. I mean, if I wore it, if someone like mentioned it, I'd just go, yeah, I ran out of yarn. I don't care. I really don't care. Like, it's really not a problem. I don't even know. I'm trying to think where that shawl is. Darla's saying, yes, it's 6:25 p.m. Love your energy. Thank you so much. It is morning time, so I have plenty of it. Don't try and get me in the evening. Leanne knows. She always sends me messages. The crochet chat's on. I belong to the Australian Crochet Guild. I'm sure it's called... No, isn't it like the Crochet Guild of Australia? I don't know. It's the Australian Crochet Guild. And she always sends me messages, and I'm always like, oh yeah, maybe. And I'm just half asleep, so I don't join. Because you've got to be on camera. You don't have to be on camera, but yeah. I'm like, no, half asleep. I don't swatch. Here's this. Megan does not swatch. I think I should, but it all sounds too hard. I wing it. I'm with you, girl. It's not hard to do, but I can't be bothered. I'm too excited to get into the project. Yes, Donna's saying I only do it if it's something that has the size. Chantelle says always if I'm... That's not Chantelle, that is Leanne. If you're substituting a yarn. Ooh, Leanne did the niche shawl with one hank. I love it, and I did the pom-pom edging. So you got the pom-pom edging out of the ball as well? Out of that same hank? I think I did too. I'm pretty sure my edging is the same colour. Which is great. You can just use up one. And then sometimes you get a little scrap, so you can add it into a scrap blanket. I love those. Diane's saying, just crochet, you'll last very faster and you won't run out. Works every time. Sure does. Oh, thank you, Leanne. Leanne has just popped in the link there for the Jessica shawl. So that's a lovely big shawl. I do not have it in this room. I don't even know where it is. It's probably in a box somewhere. That is a great project. It is the granny stitch, and it is a half circle. Is that what you call them? A half a circle shawl with a edging. I used it's like a shell. I think it's got, say, I'm going to guess. I have no idea. I can't remember. It's got like 5 double crochets and then a picot to make a point, and then 5 double crochets. So it makes this lovely point on the ends. So there's that one. What is happening? Ah, there we go. See that? I did not touch any buttons. Chantelle's in the background. Yeah, so you can see the points there down the bottom. And that is created... I think it's created with double crochet. I know that. And also too, this one has beads on it. I added beads to the very last row. What you also cannot see in these photos of it is that has a bead in the wrong spot. But you can't tell, and I didn't notice till it was finished, blocked, and I was taking photos, and I went, why is there a bead there? That shouldn't be there. And it is completely in the wrong spot. It's not even close. But, you know, design element. It is a design element. Oh, Dai is not a swatcher. I know there was a reason why we were friends. Leanne says approximately 20 grams. Oh, there you go. It's not much, is it, for a edging? Oh, Kelly only swatches if it's a fitted item, but when I do, sometimes it's still different. Ah, yes. See, that's the thing, isn't it? You do your swatch and then I think that's a put off too. You do your swatch and you don't get gauge. So if you don't know what a swatch is or gauge, it's basically you crochet. I think it's normally like a 4" by 4". Sometimes it can be a bit bigger. 4 inches, is that what's that? That's 10 centimeters. So 10 by 10, I think that's about right. And you just crochet, or if it's a knitting project, whatever, you just make it that big. And most patterns will give you a little pattern to follow for the swatch. And you just do that, and then you measure it, and your pattern will tell you, this totally example, I have no idea. It might say, so for 10 centimeters or 4 inches, you should have 25 stitches. And let's say you have 28 stitches. Now I've got to remember how to do this. You've got 28 stitches, you should have 25. So you need a smaller crochet hook or knitting needle. I'm getting the nod. Yes, I'm getting it right. To make your stitches smaller, to bring your stitches in down to the 25 instead of the 28. But if you're supposed to have 25 and say you get 21, you're going to need a bigger crochet hook or a bigger needle to get your 21 stitches to 25, which is what your padding is asking you for. Now, if you're making so Chantelle said she swatches for blankets. I personally don't, because lazy. But if you're making a blanket, say it's a scrap blanket, a scarf, we'll just go with those two because I can't think of any more. They generally don't need to be gauged unless you've only got a certain amount of yarn for a certain project, then yes. But if you're just making scrap, it's a scarf. Is it going to matter if it's not the correct size? Probably not. Is a blanket. Is it going to matter if it's not the correct size if it's scrap? Probably not. So things like that, I just don't. I don't swatch for hats. That's me. I just go by the seat of my pants, and I have made many hats that do not fit. So what is that telling me? Oh, here we go. Usually you make a larger square and measure the middle 4 inches square so you aren't counting the edges or the sides. Okay, yeah. I knew it was something around 4 inches. So yeah, that makes total sense. Because the edge stitches that it asks you to do, they can totally throw your gauge off. Sonia's saying hello everyone. Hey Sonia, welcome to the chat. Make sure you're giving it a thumbs up when you join in. I'd really appreciate that. Bub is here in the chat. Hello Bub, welcome. Good to see you again. I have learnt to not buy kits for crochet as I have to drop down one whole hook size and I still have to buy more yarn. Yeah, wow. So you have, drop down a crochet hook size. You have loose tension. Because so if a pattern asks for a 4mm crochet hook, I'm going to say that's around a G size. I think it's a really odd number in America, but I use a 4mm. I use is it the metric system? I use a 4mm. It doesn't matter. I always have to go down to at least a 3.5. So that's one size smaller. Sometimes a size 3. It just depends on, again, it comes back to there's no yarn standards around the world. Depending on the yarn, if it's an 8-ply, and it's a true 8-ply, the thickness is a true thickness of an 8-ply, I will use a 3.5. If it's on the thinner side, it drops down again. And you just think, well, this is not... When you've been crocheting or even knitting for a long time... I haven't been knitting for a long time. Well, I have, but I'm not very knowledgeable in knitting. But I've been crocheting for 20 years. You kind of know. You look at the yarn and you go, I'm going to have to drop down. Or if you've got tight tension, I'm going to have to go up. I knew a lady... I haven't seen her for a very long time, but I knew a lady, so I would use a 4mm and she would use on double knit number 3 yarn or 8-ply, so 4mm, and she would have to use an 8mm to get the same tension. She was such a tight crocheter that I don't know how she got her stitches to work, because you could hear the yarn being strangled, because she used plastic hooks. I haven't got any plastic hooks, but plastic hooks squeak with acrylic if you've got really tight tension. I just need to put my chair down slightly. Whoop, sorry. I know that it's bumping the table, I just noticed. Yeah, and you could hear the yarn screaming, "Stop strangling me," because it used to squeak on the crochet hook, because I had this pattern that I couldn't figure out. Oh, that reminds me. It's the same pattern I'm about to talk about. We couldn't figure out this pattern, and she's like, "Oh, I'll make it up for you." And she had to, yeah, that's when she told me she had to drop down. I don't know if anyone remembers me talking about the pattern, and it was a daisy. And it was a pattern that I tried years ago and I could not get it to work. This is the same lady. Her name was Helen. I don't even know if she's around anymore or alive. Hopefully, Helen, you are still alive, but she was probably late 60s, early 70s, and that was about 18 years ago. So, what was the point? Oh yeah, the pattern. She tried to help me with it, and even she couldn't figure it out, and she'd been crocheting all her life. But I found it in amongst all the junk that I have in my craft room. I found that pattern, and now I don't know where it is because I put it in a safe place. It's not on this table, which would be a safe place, even though it's just a mess. I think I know where it is. I think it's in the back room. But I found it, and I can't remember the name of it. Oh dear. That was like a story that went nowhere, sorry. Yeah, different hook materials make a difference. They do. I can't stand plastic crochet hooks because the yarn squeaks. These ones, what are these? Aluminium. Oh yeah, them aluminium. Ugh. These are these are the cheap ones that I did a crochet hook review on. Go camera. Do your thing. They're just the cheap ones. They're like clover. But yeah, they don't seem to squeak. Yeah. The safe place. Now, where would that have been? The safe place, I'm pretty sure, was on a pile of paperwork. That is for me to go through. I know exactly where it is though, so I just need to go through that pile of paperwork. So what's in everybody's cup? I just have water today in the world's biggest drink bottle. Everybody have a hydrate. I did feel like a cup of tea, but I totally forgot to make it. And then by the time I remembered, you know, too late. Absolutely too late. So what's everyone's crochet or knitting or craft project that is on your dream list? What have you noticed in the craft world that you think, I need to make that? But you've got all these other projects that you need to finish first, and you haven't started it. I have some self-control. I can think about a project for a very long time before I actually start it. Good morning, Tonya. Welcome to the chat. Great to have you here. What is your... How do I get that comment off? Where is it? Oh, thank you. I couldn't find where it went. Yeah, what is your dream craft project? It could be crochet, it could be knitting, it could be spinning, weaving, and all the things. Do you have one that you think about regularly? Claire, I'm interested to know if any of your followers are doing the coronation blanket. Is anyone doing the coronation blanket? It sounds lovely. I don't know what the coronation blanket is. I have to have a look. Okay, lots of things have come up. Is it crochet? Ooh, Leanne has a... I'm going to not say this word. I'm going to say mochila. Mocha. I'm going to call it mochila bag. I have wanted to make one for 5 years plus. What is stopping you from making it? Is it you have too many projects on the go, or is it something that you think it's a little bit scary and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it? Because you know that's not right, right? I know, I go, oh, that's too hard. The Mosaic blanket. Didn't want to do that for years because it's too hard. And then I realised I'd already done one in a video tutorial that I'd made. It is very, very basic. And it's very similar to the video that I did, was it just before Christmas? Very, very similar. So it's literally just doing that. Yeah, in a different order of the stitches. I've wanted to make, I love the Queen blanket. For me, it is, I can just see me not finishing it. And I don't want to do that because it's beautiful. Chantelle wants to knit herself a lightweight sweater, thinking, that's silly table. She's not thinking about the table, that's me. I want to make myself a lightweight sweater, think lace weight, but also a bit baggy like a boyfriend sweater style thing, but wearable in the Queensland winter. That would be so, so nice. Yeah, because you guys, you get cold up there. Like, you've had some cold weather up there, and even I think, oh, geez, that's cold. But mostly not too cold. But a light sweater would be amazing. Chantilly, oh, my glasses aren't working properly. Chantilly Creations is saying, I'm making the chevron blanket, but I'm having a problem with the ends are going slanted. Now, I would say count your stitches, excuse me, count your stitches on the end, because if it's going slanted on the end, if it's going outways, you're adding stitches, and if it's going inways, you're not doing enough. And I would recommend putting a stitch marker when you crochet across and do your last stitch. Put a stitch marker in that, so when you go to do the next row, you know exactly where to go. And I know, like, if you're crocheting along, you'll go last stitch, turn, go back across. It's very quick, but you can still accidentally not go in that correct stitch. So put one in there. And then when you've crocheted the first stitch, so you've come along, you've done the last stitch, you move your stitch marker, because you've just crocheted into that last stitch, you move it up after you've done your first one, you mark your first one, and you crochet across. I normally have a stitch marker each end, because you could be talking, you could be thinking, you could be looking at what you're doing, thinking about something else, and you're not paying attention, and all of a sudden that thing that's supposed to be a rectangle is some sort of funky triangle. Ooh, ooh, that's the coronation pattern link. Sada. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yep. Okay. I'm just clicking on it. Ow! That was my... Ooh, oh, that's pretty. I love the gold cabling. That's a really terrible photo. You can't see the whole blanket. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Yeah, is anybody making that? That's really nice. Tonya would love to knit some sweaters for me, but still haven't... crochet or knit, and knit sweaters. Yeah, I have a crocheted sweater on my YouTube channel and on my website. There's a free written pattern for that. That is a very good beginner project. It's a top down, so it starts at the neck and you crochet down to your waist or wherever you want it to go to, and of course the arms come down and go down to your wrist. It's called a Raglan style construction, and your increases actually perfect shirt to wear for today. This is a Raglan style t-shirt. Now see how where the two fabrics meet, the black and the white, how it goes down like that to my armpits. That's like a raglan style. So, where are we? So when you crochet, you put your increases here. Well, I can't, that's back to front. Here and here, and then on the back in the same spot, and your increases continue down on your jumper. And it's a very easy style for beginners. Well, it's an easy style for everybody, but it's great for beginners. So if you can find, I don't know, does everybody have any problems with raglan sweaters fitting them? I'm personally fine with them. I don't know, but because everyone's got different bodies, I don't know if anyone else has trouble with that style, but just to learn construction, then I think that's probably a great pattern to start with. Hello Phyllis, how are you? Good evening to you. It is 10:47 here in Australia. I'm on the East Coast. Donna wants to try mosaic crochet. I think it looks beautiful, but I've never seen one in real life. I think mosaic crochet is absolutely stunning. I released a video at the end of last year called Easy Mosaic Blanket, and even if you just do a little swatch, I'm pretty sure it has the multiples in that pattern. And even if you just do a little swatch, this is my, what do you call it? I put my drink on it, coaster. This is the coaster size one that I did, and it was, oh gosh, this is all mirrored. It's a great, like, sample. This could be used as a gauge swatch. Apparently I've made a gauge swatch. Yeah, you can use that as a practice. And if it doesn't go correct, if your cup's going on it, does it really matter? No, I don't think so. I've just seen this in this colour as a jacket. Oh my gosh. I love this blue. That's upside down. I could see that as a jacket. It would take forever and a day to make it. It would be so thick and warm though, because the mosaic patterns are quite thick. They are great for blankets. And Purple Crochet and More with Drini is saying, I'm crocheting a queen size mosaic blanket. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, excuse me. I never seem to get to it, and it's another skill to learn. I've got leftover Katona cotton to get started, but yeah. So I don't even know how those, was it machilla? I think that was the word. I don't even know how they're made. Are they a mosaic type pattern? I know what you're talking about, but I haven't actually studied them enough. Here we go. You can make a queen throw rather than the full queen, like what I did. I know. I still haven't finished my blanket that I was making in this. I think I've only done like 2 or 3 lines. I made a not a full size blanket. I think it's probably about baby blanket size, I would say. I still haven't crocheted on that. I don't know what is happening with my days. They're just disappearing. It's crazy. Ooh, what's happening? Ooh. Oh, are these the back? Look at that rainbowy one. That's cute. Wow, there's so many different designs. Can you click on the rainbow one? I'm pointing at it because you can totally see my screen. Yeah, that. It's so cool. I can't read it. It looks like it says Wagyu bag free pattern. I know it doesn't say Wagyu. I can't read it. It's blurry. Right. So is it... Does anyone know what the method is? Like, is it Mosaic? What is it? Anyone? We need to investigate. Phyllis is watching from Florida. Thanks for joining us. And we've got Judy from God, I'm reading words that aren't even there. Central Florida. Thank you for dropping in. Really appreciate. It's also a great style if you have bigger arms too. So the Raglan is great for bigger arms. Excellent. Oh, what's this one? Sonia wants to crochet a pineapple edge shawl with a super soft and beautiful yarn called, does that say Uluru? Uluru. My reluctance, it doesn't frog easily. Yeah. Yeah, those yarns that are fluffy, if it's like a fluffy yarn, they do not frog easily at all. But a crochet pineapple shawl? Pineapple edge shawl. That sounds delicious and pretty. Thank you, Chantelle. Leanne has put the link in for my Mosaic blanket if you want to check that out. Got a question from Megan. When creating a pattern, how do you work out the multiples of chains to begin? Create a pattern, how do you work out the multiples? Trying to explain this in an easy way. So let's go with this pattern. Let's make sure it's up the right way. You can see here that block, that blue block, has 4 stitches, right? And then this pink block, you may not be able to see it as well, but that also has 4 stitches. So between my fingers, this pink one and that blue block, well, that's 8 stitches. So that is the multiple. And then sometimes, I can't remember what the multiple was for this pattern. So you have your main pattern, which is your multiple. Sorry, where's that pink? Let's go back to the pink. So it's 8 stitches. You've got the 4 blues and the 4 pink. That's 8 stitches. But then sometimes these pink stitches have to be added as well because this pattern is offset. So I think I did say 8 stitches plus 4 because you've got the 4 stitches on the end. I think that's how I would have done this one if I was looking at it to do. So first of all, you need to work out how many stitches the pattern that your pattern has. So for me, it's 4 double crochets and then, so 4 double crochet, 4 single crochet. You've got to work out how many that takes up. So for me, it's 8 stitches. And then if you've got some edge stitches, you've got to add those in. If you're starting with a chain and not a foundation stitch, you would also have to add in the turning chains. So it can be a little bit of a maths problem that you've got to try and figure out. But basically what I do is I'll go, okay, I think I need this for the stitch pattern, so 8 for that one, plus the edge stitches, which would have been 4. And then I think the first row is single crochet, so it might have been add 1 or 2 stitches to that. So I'd start with that amount of stitches that I need, crochet it, and then if it doesn't work, normally when you crochet that first row or the second row, you'll figure out if you've got it right or not, because you'll look at it and you'll go, that doesn't look right. So I've either got too many stitches or I haven't got enough. So you can figure it out easily once you get to that stage if you need to adjust it. That's how I do it. I don't know if that's the right way to do it. But that's how I would do it. Anita, hello Anita, thank you for joining and saying she learnt to crochet from my videos several years ago, but it was under a different name. It was under Bob Wilson 123, which I've had my new business name. It's definitely over a year. I don't know if it's 2. I think it's a year and a half. Okay, so Leanne is saying you kind of a flat circular bottom bag with amazing pattern detail. There is a simple beginner pattern and they are all single crochet. I think I know what you're talking about now, and I think you need to just change colour on the stitch. Yeah, it looks like tapestry crochet. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, so you might do, I don't know, 4 pink single crochets, and then you've got to change to 1 black, back to 4 pink, go back to 1 black, sort of like that. Yeah, that would take me a lot of concentration. Graph color change method, I believe you carry your yarn over. Is there a name for that? Yeah, yep. Tapestry crochet. I used to make a lot of it. Oh, there you go. Hello, Nancy, and welcome. I have an itchy nose. I don't know why. Something is making my nose itchy, and it's frustrating. So, hello, Nancy. Welcome to the chat. Love this fun pattern. Made a blanket with it. Excellent. Morning, Emma. Where's your late note? No, just kidding. How are you today, Emma? Gamer Widows. If you haven't checked out her Etsy store, why not? I cannot show you any of the little humbug pouches. No, I've used it very recently. Yes, I can show you. I've got 2. I'm not quite sure what project the other one is in. And this is my little humbug. Now, if you're Australian, you will know who the fella is that is on the fabric. It's Bubbalo Bill. And for those who don't know who Bubbalo Bill is, he's an ice cream. And he has chocolate ice cream hat, pink ice cream face. Is it banana? I don't even know what flavour the yellow parts are. And a bubblegum nose. And the back of it is dipped in chocolate. So this is my little humbug pouch. Coordinating fabric. Love it. And it's just the right size. Like these scissors that are in here. You look at this and you look at those scissors and you think, how is that going to fit? I know I did. When I saw the scissors, I'm like, ooh, will they fit in there? Will they fit in there? Yes, they do. It's like the TARDIS. I know nothing about Doctor Who, but I know the TARDIS is apparently bigger on the inside. These are like the TARDIS. You can fit so much stuff in there for the size of it. So I've got this, and I've also got a fairy bread one. Again, don't know what project it is with. I need some more. Need to get some more. So yes, if you have not checked Emma's shop out, have a look at that. It's great. You're very welcome, Megan. I'm glad that made sense, because sometimes I do not describe things in the best way. Yeah, best to do a sample of rows. That's what I do, especially when starting a new stitch or pattern. Absolutely. It's a good practice, and then by the time you go to your main project that you're going to make, you've already got it down pat. Because I find sometimes if it's a new stitch pattern, your tension changes because it's not a flow. It's your crochet's not flowing because you're going, okay, what was the instructions again? Okay, I've got to do that. What were they again? And you're stopping and starting. So I find sometimes your tension goes off. Hello, Holly. Welcome to the chat. Great to see you here. Coming up in the comments. Leanne's saying a late note. I'll send the note later. I was on the phone to my mum. I'm just hassling you. Ooh, thank you, Chantelle. Link for the Gamer Widows. go and check that out. I was like, hang on, that's your Etsy. And I'm like, no, it is not. It is not your Etsy. Apparently the yellowish is caramel, according to Snack Wars. Well, there you go. Yeah, I didn't think it was banana because I didn't remember a banana flavour. I mean, it's that small amount of ice cream in it that you can't really taste it anyway. Ooh, Megan loves Buffalo Bills. They're actually my favourite ice cream. My favourite. But the chewing gum, the bubble gum nose, honestly, what is that? Is that like... I think it's made of cardboard. It's coloured cardboard. It tastes like nothing. And then after you've chewed it for like, I don't know, 5 seconds, it tastes like cardboard with no flavour. No flavoured cardboard. It doesn't even taste like cardboard anymore. It's so disgusting. It's so gross. Because you're like, ooh, it's so sweet. 5 seconds later, what is this rubbish? And then a minute, you're like, ugh. And my friend's daughter, I've got myself giggling. My friend's daughter, so she's now 5, and her favourite ice cream is Buffalo Bill as well. But I've known her, I think she was 3 when I first met her. So since I've known her, she's like, Mum, can I eat the bubble gum? And the mum's like, no, you're too young. You don't know what to do with bubble gum. So every time she'd have that ice cream, she had to get the bubble gum and give it to her sister or chuck it in the bin. So finally, she's old enough. And her mum's there to be able to supervise. Like, no, you can chew it, don't swallow it. So she's chewing the bubble gum. She's like, oh, it's so lovely. And then 5 seconds later, she's like, still chewing it, but you can see her face start to change. And then she buggered off and she came back probably 3 minutes later and she goes, this bubblegum tastes gross. I'm like, yep. And you have waited years to taste that unflavoured cardboard. They're so gross. Like, no thought was put into them whatsoever. My kids love Bubbelos. She has t-shirts, a dress, shorts with the ice cream printed on them. That is so cool. That's a frozen gumball that has tissue-like texture. Yes, the texture is just so wrong. Here's a good idea. Let's get a cardboard-flavoured gumball and freeze it. Oh, yeah. Why? Why did they not put more effort into it? Oh, dear. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so it is 5 minutes past 11 and I have lots of stuff to do today. I have to clean this room that you cannot see, do the rest of the stuff that's out there, and I want to make pickled zucchini. I picked a zucchini. Now, if you've ever had your own veggie patch, have you ever grown your own zucchinis? And have you ever found the zucchini that got away? So let's say a zucchini should be roughly about that size. You know, it might be a bit bigger. No one needs a zucchini that is this long. I seriously, I'm not lying. It is about 40 centimetres. And 40 centimetres is approximately 16 inches. Massive. And it's about that round. So I was in the garden and I'm like, oh, look. Because the dog, he takes up a lot. It doesn't take up a lot of time, but I'm not in the veg patch every single day now. So I'm like, oh, oops, we've got one that got that, there he is. He's so cute. Wrong way. He's so cute. Hello, Charlie. So I was in the garden. I was like, oh, we've got one that got away. So as I'm going to pick that, I notice on the other plant, there's 2 more the same size. So now I have ginormous zucchinis. I don't know what they're going to taste like and if they're going to be too seedy, but I'm going to cut them up. And then I'm going to make, if they are good, I'm going to make, see how he digs holes? See how he digs holes? He puts his bum up in the air and then like digs like that. He's hilarious. Yeah, so I'm going to cut them up, see if they're okay. And then if they are, I'm going to make some pickled zucchini. So that's my mission for today. because yum, yum, yum. Cardboard would be delicious compared to buffalo peel. It's so wood. It's so wood. I totally missed that one. Oh, she's. Emma has great fabrics that are lined and can add stitch markers to the zipper pull too. Yeah, I got it. Oh, chucked it on the ground. I've got a zipper pull on mine too. Absolutely love them. What? The shape design for scissors. Well, they totally work. Totally work. They're awesome. There's so much room. What an awesome chat. Stay safe, everybody. See you next fortnight. Bring a friend if you can. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you so much. Hit the thumbs up before you run. And thank you so much for everybody that has joined us today.